Scribble, and I'm here with my 25 bookish facts about me. I was tagged by Scribble. Oh, not by myself. Oh my god. I was tagged by Books Rule the Mind. I'll tag her below. Getting started. Number 1. See, I'm already realising there is more than 25 here. Favourite childhood book. My favourite childhood book was, and always will be, Matilda by Roald Dahl. Every time I'm in a slump, I always go to this book to get me out of it. In fact, I read it this week. I never get bored of it, and I guess I just wanted to be Matilda when I was younger. Number 2. I used to be obsessed with the Twilight sagas. I'm not proud. I had a really unhealthy obsession with Twilight. My dog is called Bella, and I actually changed my middle name, or wanted to. I never actually did it. My mum wouldn't let me, to Isabella, and then I realised I couldn't call my dog Bella if I was called Isabella. So yeah, Al was the chosen name. Number 3, I am an impulse book buyer. If I go into a shop and I find a cover of a book that I already have, or if I find lots of books on sale, I will buy them. I am an impulse buyer. Last month, I'm now on a book buying ban. I think I bought like 15 books. They were all on sale, and I think I've read, say, 5 of them maybe, because I'm in a bit of a slump at the moment. Number 4, I work in a bookshop, which is something that fuels my unhealthy obsession in my gap year till I go to uni next year. I find all the new releases before everyone else, so I pre-order them, and I end up having well too many books. I actually bought myself a Kindle, and I think I've used it twice. As you can see, I have a humongous bookshelf, which is actually full. I'm currently got my TBRs on a stretch on front of me instead. I've got too many. Number 5, the book I have read the most in my life, or reread the most in my life, is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vicini. It is about a book. It is about his time in a psych ward as a teenager, and it has 2 characters who actually fall in love, but it's about how he checks himself in and how all the people in there have a story and they're all kind of funny, and he realises he doesn't really need to be there. He's only there for like a week, but I guess it teaches him that he does want to live, really, and I guess that has stuck with me for life. Number 6, I love antique editions and special editions of books. My favourite one that I own would have to be The Hobbit. It's leather bound and has gold edges. It's pretty beautiful. I always post pictures of it on Instagram. I've only read half of The Hobbit. I just don't want to touch it just in case it breaks. I'm a little bit obsessed with keeping my books intact. Number 7, I usually read to and from work and at night. I work in a bookshop, which is 2 hours on public transport away from where I live. I live in the middle of nowhere as I'm taking a gap year before uni, so I have a lot of time to read on the bus and listen to audiobooks. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. So I usually have 1 book in my bag and 1 audiobook that I'm reading at the same time. It's a new thing that I've got into, audiobooks, because I was in a slump and I was feeling a bit lazy one day. Need to get myself out of that habit. Number 8, I saw all the Harry Potter films first before I read the books. I am not proud of this, and a friend bet me £100 that I'd enjoy the books more than the films. My brother is a graphics designer, and he's worked on some of the graphics on the films, and I guess I just watched the films first. But yeah, she got to keep her £100 because I loved the first 2 books. I'm currently on the 3rd, which I'm actually wanting to save for when I'm at uni, so I have something to go to when I have nothing to do, and it will just be a really nice experience, because I'm going to Oxford University, and there's obviously part of Harry Potter was filmed there, so I thought that would be quite a magical experience. Number 9, if you could meet one author in the entire wide world, who would it be? Entire world. Can't speak today. It'd have to be Ned Vicini, as I said. His book, It's Kind of Funny Story, not only saved my own life, but continues to bring a lot of light into mine. I found the book when I was probably about 14. I was going through a lot and it was really hard to get hold of. The film had been banned at the time in our country, and I got hold of the film and I watched that before I got hold of the book. I must have paid like £15, and it's a much loved paperback now. It's in pieces almost. I love it so much. It's got tags in it of my favourite parts, and I lend it to basically everyone, and they've all loved it too, which is great. 10. My favourite genre is sci-fi or dystopian. I'm a YA reader. I'm trying to get into classics and just adults. I've probably read like 2 adult books in my life. At 20 years old, I'm still YA. Hopefully. I don't want to be one of these people who reads YA for the rest of their life, but I just love YA. Number 11. Favourite book of 2016 so far is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This book is another one, like, it's kind of a funny story. Sadly, it doesn't have the best of endings, and I have never cried in a book so much in my life. And it has just stayed with me, and it taught me that life is actually really precious, and it can end really quickly for some people, and you just have to live every day like your last, really. Not saying that you should all go buy expensive cars and jump off bridges, and just read books. Number 12. My beverage of choice. Sheldon Cooper says my beverage, and now Sheldon Cooper says my beverage. My beverage of choice is usually tea with milk, no sugar. But at the moment, I think I may be addicted to coffee. So I'm just always drinking coffee. Too much coffee, can't sleep at night, so I end up reading because I've had too much coffee. Number 13. I'm really bad at starting and finishing book series. Even though I had a love of Twilight, as I said before, I read the first 2, read half of the third, and I think I did that for the rest of the series. That is my dog barking. She just doesn't like hearing me talk. Great. And I'm just really bad at finishing series. I read the first Hunger Games. I read the first Divergent. No. One day I'm going to go back and read them all. That's my goal for this year. I had a friend who actually spoiled the series for me. She had got them in America before they were released here, and she just sort of spoiled it for everyone. So, yeah, that was the end of that. Number 14. I update Goodreads too much. I have it open while I read. I just have it open too much. Like, I update it too much. I look at everybody else too much. I'm in a competition with my friend for who can read the most books this year. So I think that's another thing. Coffee and Goodreads, big problems in my life. Okay, number 15. I love maps in books. Like, I actually think authors who put maps of the worlds, like dystopian worlds, in their books, much love for you guys. I think they're beautifully drawn and written, and I just think it's just such a nice addition in the book, really. I think they're great. Number 17. The biggest new release in 2016 I'm hoping to get, I've already pre-ordered because I work in a bookshop, is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2. Obviously it's a script, not a book, but I'm hoping it's going to look like the very nice, big drawn deluxe edition of The Philosopher's Stone. 18. I prefer paperbacks due to the price, but currently I'm leaning towards hardback books because they look nicer on a shelf. I probably own about 4 hardbacks. Sometimes I'll buy them if they're not out on paperback and I really want to read it, but they're heavy. But my new thing is I've realised if I take the dust jacket off and keep the normal book, I can put it back on, and if it gets dirty, no one else will know. So that's a bit of OCD there, really. I like to keep my books. I put them in a plastic bag to put them in my bag because I hate books that look scruffy. Number 19. I run a book blog. As you can tell, I changed my name on YouTube to Read, Write, Scribble, and I have a blog which I will link below if you'd like to check that out. I get a lot of books sent to me from publishers now to read and review for you guys, which is fantastic. I love it, and it's a great hobby and addition to my life. Number 20. I imagine characters while reading completely different to how they're shown if it's made into a TV series or a film. And sometimes I really just can't watch the film because it's not as it's described in the book. It just really annoys me that they ignore like little things, like she has blue hair and then they've given her like red hair. Can you read? Like, you know you're gonna get hate from it from the readers. Like, just don't do it, guys. Just don't. 21. I've only recently read the Harry Potter books in the last 2 years. Yeah, as I said, I just really didn't get round to it. Like, I was obviously a very, very preoccupied child and read everything else but the Harry Potter books. Number 22. I used to bunk off school and just leave or hide in the library. I literally used to walk and go sit in the library. Everybody knew I was there. No one really cared. Like, it wasn't like I was outside smoking or anything. I was reading a book. So I probably spent like half my childhood in a library. I'm pleased with that. Number 23. My favourite place to read is in bed or on window seats. I currently don't have a window seat in my house, like I can sit on. We have a balcony, but not a window seat. And a person I used to go stay with a lot had a window seat, and that was my favourite place to read. But since moving, my favourite place to read is in bed with lots of pillows and duvets. And number 24. I really, really, really dislike dog-earing books, folding them over the top. I like to tag my books, but that's not folding over the pages. I used to do it as a child when